Hello, my name is Brianna Covington, and I done my research on technology and its effects on students' grammar. The name of my research paper was Texting in Students' Grammar, and today I'd like to talk to you about the effects of texting, textees, which are text abbreviations, and things such as of that nature, and how they affect the way students interpret English, how they affect the way students write their papers, and their communication among teachers with texting and technology, and period. As you know, technology plays a major role in today's society, especially with younger children. And researchers have found that texting can either hinder or enhance a student's abilities with writing and grammar. Most students use abbreviations when texting, and they come up with their own text language called textees that allows them to send a message shortly and will send a short message and send it faster. But this, when it comes to play with how they write their papers or talk amongst teachers, can affect them. Some English teachers have found that students do not know how to translate what they're trying to say from their abbreviations to a real paper. So they end up not using correct grammar, not placing the words correctly, or even spelling the words differently. There was a study done on students whose first language was not English. And some of the students found it harder to learn English, which English is already hard as it is because there are so many words in the English language that mean the same thing, like there, and there, but they're all spelled differently. And so these students whose first language was in English were having a hard time learning and translating from texting to actually writing a paper. But some professors also found out that it does help with communicating with students, like through text message apps or short email apps where they don't have to be so formal in their form of writing. They can get messages across to students faster. During my research, I did not find where the effects of technology and texting on grammar were sufficient enough to say that it was all completely negative. There was a lot of positive things, like the things I talked about with communication amongst teachers and having the students use their minds to condense what they were trying to send in a message. But it does affect some students when it comes to grammatical errors and placing word fragments and phrases in the right places. We use our smart devices every day, cell phones, tablets, laptops, and they're among children, they use them more. So this is their way of communicating amongst each other into the world. And it does affect a lot of their abilities to communicate in their writing, but not to the point where it can't be fixed. And teachers are finding different ways to do so. Technology has a big impact on our lives, and I, as a nursing assistant, find that in the hospital field, we have technology everywhere, but sometimes technology is not always right. So if we can figure out ways to tweak the technology and help it work towards helping students with their grammar instead of hindering them, and teaching them ways to be able to have a balance between using texting abbreviations and textees and using texting abbreviations and textings and writing their paper. I find this myself. I get to writing really fast and I have to go back and fix my answers because I've either wrote it how I was going to write in a text message, or I haven't used any of my knowledge that I've learned about my grammar and English and so on and so forth. I really feel like technology is going to push us more further. And there are a lot of things, like I found on the internet, where there are English teachers over the internet that can help you proofread your paper and show you how to write things grammatically correct. But I did find a balance between negative and positives for technology and texting, technology and texting towards students, and helping and hindering them. I feel like that it does both, and I feel that as we continue on and technology becomes more, that there will be more positives than negatives.